Jay, I wanna ask you. You've been a little bit on the quiet side. What was your experience?
I'm a little bored.
What was your experience like? Like did they go to your house to pick you up? Did they have a raid? What was your experience like after the January 6th, the events January 6th? How long was it before they picked you up?
Well, it was in March of 2021 when they put me on Twitter. A couple of photos from some video of me at the event.
And specified that you're wanted, or
well, they just said, "Does anyone know who this is?" They have the name of this person wanted in connection with violence at the Capitol and assault on a federal officer. And people were like, "Oh yeah, it's Jay Johnston from this show, or Sarah Silverman show, or this other comedy show," and and that was unfortunate. But a couple people in the industry, some. Actors and stuff called me out specifically. Oh, that's Jay Johnston. I worked with him, and he said he was at the Capitol, and and I did this show with him, and Harmontown or whatever. And people that I barely knew were claiming to be good friends of mine to rat me out to the FBI, and I thought that was kind of interesting because they were just being puppets for a larger person who was in control of them. But I found that when that happened, everybody who I knew in Hollywood and in the entertainment industry basically turned their backs on me immediately.
Yeah.
And
half of Jay's Sixers got turned in by their family. These are worse statistics than like Stalinist Russia.
Wow.
When you ask yourself, oh, how could anybody turn their parents for having too much in their grain quota or whatever? Like, we're not doing too much better here.
A childhood friend of mine ratted me out to the FBI.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really.
I mean, like I said, my background's in the music industry and stuff. So I've whereas I wasn't at January 6th or whatever, but like leading up to it, and and I'd been pretty vocal about my political leanings for a long, long time. So people knew that I didn't fall under the woke category. But I understand what you're saying, where people would just turn their backs on you and start saying, people that were ostensibly friendly with you, or that you were, you'd had great relationships with, or even positive relationships, would just simply start, trashing you in press and in public. And so I'm very, very familiar with that, but please go on a little bit.
It's incredible. I mean, people I worked with 20 years ago who I've known for 30 years, and was very close to. One of them ratted me out, spent a couple hours on the phone with the FBI and turned over text messages and that type of thing. And that person also was very leading and like kind of digging for information, texting me on the day. He found out that I was there, and he was like, "Really, what happened?"
And this is someone that you considered a close friend, or
very close friend, and
that's terrible.
Yeah, it was really a treat. And he, of course, I can't even imagine his mindset. Must be that, that guy I've known for years is obviously a terrorist, a domestic terrorist, and wants to destroy our way of life and whatever. I've no idea. It just seems like a cloud of nonsense descended upon people for the last few years. I mean, granted, this happened 4 years ago, but it hasn't let up, really. I mean,
oh, really?
People still, that day when I was put on Twitter by the FBI ended. I mean, I got fired from my jobs, and I called my agent to say, well, I think I got fired from Bob's Burgers. I mean, I don't know because nobody called me. Is this true? And my agent was basically like, we don't know about that, but we're firing you. Because we're downsizing. That's why, whatever. Yeah. So basically, that was all, gone immediately. And, they hired somebody to do an impression of my voice on the show, which is hilarious. And, it's pretty good. But, it's just like people that basically I had worked very, hand in hand with, side by side for years. Absolutely nobody reached out to me at all. I mean, I didn't feel like I could reach out to them because I knew I was a pariah, and I didn't.
Did you live in California?
Yeah, I'm in Los Angeles, and actually, you brought up Rodney King. I live near where Rodney King was beat up, so there's a little plaque on the corner. It's not so good.
What you went through, though, was the intention of the psyop.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I think we all experienced that. Even in Texas, I had people that, I'm a ride or die buddy. Next thing I know, they don't answer your phone anymore. So you find out who your friends really are. You go to jail. That's when you find out.
You figure, like I had family members of mine. One of them that I thought loved me very much, said that I was a disgrace to the family name. And didn't even want me to mention at a family event while I was in prison.
I mean, a lot of people have, experienced some form of cancellation in the past 10 years. But I think the stuff that you guys have gone through, to be
I was already canceled, so my people are pretty good. Like, we already weeded them out.
Thanks for watching this clip from the Culture War podcast. We're live every Friday, 10 a.m. to noon, so subscribe and come hang out.